Hi, my name is Sayuj. Today I'm going to present to you about George Washington. Who was George Washington? He was the general of the Continental Army in the American Revolutionary War. He was one of the 56 men who signed the Declaration of Independence on July 4th, 1776. He was elected as the first President of the United States on April 14th, 1789. He was also known as the father of our country. A boy from Virginia. George Washington was born on February 22nd, 1732 in Virginia. His father, Augustine Washington, was a tobacco farmer. His mother, Mary Washington, was a very cold and bossy woman. His father died when George was only 11 years old. He was more close with his half brother, Lawrence Washington. He spent most of his childhood in Mount Vernon, which is the home of Lawrence Washington and Anne Fairfax. George married Martha Custis on January 6th, 1759. What were his contributions? George became part of the Virginia militia at a very young age. In the Second Continental Congress in 1775, Washington was asked to lead the Continental Army. The soldiers in the Continental Army were not well trained or educated. They were fighting against the mighty British Army. But George Washington was a good man of character and kept motivating the soldiers. He planned surprise attacks against the enemies and the led his soldiers to victory. Washington's presidency. After the Revolutionary War, George Washington was very popular and he was elected as the first president of the United States in 1789. He served as the president for two terms from 1789 to 1797. He formed the US government and the presidential cabinet. Moved Then he moved back to Mount Vernon after his retirement, and finally on December 12th, 1799, George Washington died in his home. Fun facts about George Washington. George never liked his mother Mary Washington and even addressed her as honored madam. His first job was as a surveyor when he was only 16 years old. He learned fencing lessons, music, and dance lessons, hoping to fit into the rich society in Mount Vernon. He is known to have run out of the Second Continental Congress when he was asked to lead the Continental Army. George had many problems with his teeth, and by the time he became the president, he had only one real tooth. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Bye.